Now, I don't normally review Switch games, but this game, Sydney Hunter and the Curse of the Mayan from CollectorVision, this game is a total love letter to retro games, and being that this channel is devoted to retro games, I wanted to share it with you. There are so many hidden Easter eggs that evoke classic retro games. There's such a great wit behind this and such a fine-tuned level of detail that I just had to share it with everybody. I hope you enjoy this. The game plays like a hybrid of a lot of classic games like Pitfall and Indiana Jones and Castlevania and Goonies 2. There's so many little elements that all conspire together to make something great, something better than the sum of its parts. Sydney Hunter and the Curse of the Mayan drips with retro love. Certain blocks are whippable like in Castlevania, and they reveal gratuitous treasure like in DuckTales. And often these blocks give way to hidden paths and secret items reminiscent to Metroid. Also derived from Metroid are special item stands, but when items are acquired, they're hoisted over Sydney's head just like Link does in Zelda. Other nods from Zelda are the way rooms transition and scroll, and the sub-menu even slides down in a similar manner. Phasing blocks, L and R item switching, and boss areas are gated off just like in Mega Man, and boss fights echo with mega familiarity too. There's a level hub that harkens back to Kirby and Mario 64 with world hub doors and required numbers of crystal skulls which must be collected, like stars, to access more levels. The nods go on and on and on. Scorpions like Pitfall. Sydney dies like Mario. His fall is taken from Zelda 2. And bombs explode with an all too familiar explosion. There are so many more nods that I don't want to tell you about because I want you to experience the delight of discovering and enjoying them for yourself. I was talking to someone on the development team and he told me there are even more Easter eggs that I never discovered, and I won't disclose them here. The depth of love for retro detail that went into this game is highly impressive, and if you love retro games, you won't be disappointed. This game is full of witty banter and quirky humor, and it reminds me a lot of non-playable characters in Zelda games. One thing I really want to mention is in the first few moments of level 1, but I won't mention it. I laughed out loud and immediately understood that this game would be funny and unexpected, often breaking through the game world, making culturally relevant jokes to our world today. I want to tell you everything I found, but I don't want to spoil your delight, so I'll give you a couple samples from early in the game. At one point you come up to a guy and he says to go talk to somebody, but when you do, don't get him started on gluten-free alternatives. Another time they're talking about the Mayan calendar and Sydney suggests that he could just use the calendar on his phone. Another Mayan is standing up on a ledge and when you talk to him, he keeps using the phrase eh. And he says, well, an adventurer passed by not that long ago who said eh, and I kind of liked it, so I started saying eh all the time myself. It's weird things like that that are funny and quirky and really add a layer of charm to this game. One thing I've learned from reviewing games like A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Mega Man X is that the thing that separates good games from great ones is detail, and Sydney Hunter has a great level of detail. Skeletons are lying on the ground, lightning bolts flash through the sky, and leaves slowly fall throughout the levels. On the subscreen, Sydney's condition and demeanor changes depending on his health. These are just small examples, and there are many, many more in the game, but it's that level of detail that separates this game from so many others that are out there now. Of course, it's not perfect, and I have a few nitpicks, such as frustrations with save spot locations, especially in light of its brutal difficulty in later levels, and certain unskippable pre-boss fight sequences, but these are minor details compared to the many delightful aspects of the game. I'll say it in the only words I know how on my channel. It is fun, and it belongs in a game room. Well, it belongs in your Switch library anyways. So if you love retro games as much as I do, then do yourself a favor and pick this one up. Thanks for watching.